Hello Alycats and you viewers. So today I thought it'd be really fun to talk about my favorite guilty pleasure movies. Those movies that I really love, but I kind of hate to admit that I like them because it's kind of embarrassing to admit that I like them because they're terrible. But I have a very soft spot in my heart for the films I'm going to mention, and I'd love it if you tell me what your favorite guilty pleasure movies are in the comment box down below. So first up, we have the epitome of classic cinema, Dylan Dog Dead of Night. This stars Brandon Routh, Sam Huntington, and Taye Diggs, and this is based off the comic series. This is not a good movie at all, but it's very entertaining, and for some reason I find this hilarious. Most comedy I don't find hilarious at all, and for some reason this movie makes me laugh my ass off. I don't know, okay? The CGI's crappy, the story's crappy, but it's fun. Next up, in Peter Dinklage's best role ever, Knights of Badassdom. This stars Peter Dinklage and Summer Glau of Firefly fame. And this is about a group of guys who go to a LARPing convention in the middle of the woods, and they read from a book and end up summoning a succubus from hell, and they have to defeat the succubus. Award-winning storytelling right there. The acting's kind of terrible, but you know, it's still a good time. You'll laugh at the cheesy effects and the cheesy acting. It's fun. Next up, I actually didn't think this movie was as terrible as everyone else did, but that is Terminator Genesis. Look at this case. But I actually really liked Terminator Genesis. I liked it better than the third Terminator and Terminator Salvation. And this stars Emilia Clarke, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jai Courtney, and Jason Clarke. And this is just the story of how Kyle Reese is sent back in time by John Connor to save his mother, Sarah Connor. But the thing is, Sarah has actually been under the protection of the T-800, and she now calls him Pops, and they have to try to defeat Skynet. And yeah, it's a little convoluted, but I thought it was actually pretty good. I had a fun time, and I still have a fun time watching this. I still don't see why I got as much crap as it did. Next up, the Resident Evil films. I actually really enjoy these films. I have a good time watching them. And yeah, I mean, they're not great, but they're fun, and they're some of the better video game adaptation movies that have ever been made. And plus, Mila Jovovich is gorgeous to look at, so what's the problem? Next up, this is my favorite B movie of all time, and that is Never Cry Werewolf. If you have not seen this, please watch it. It stars my #1 lady crush, Nina Dobrev, and it's about a girl who has a hot new neighbor move in next door, but then she starts to think that he's a werewolf. And that's basically the whole gist of the story. She finds this self-proclaimed hunter who has his own TV show, but it turns out he's a fake, of course, but he still helps her try to defeat the neighbor. It's cheesy, and the acting's not great, but it's still my favorite B movie of all time, and I still love to look at Nina, and I still love to laugh at this movie, and I've watched it way too many times to even be proud of. And I own it on DVD, so that tells you something. Next up, another movie starring Nina Dobrev, and that is The American Mall. This came out during the whole High School Musical Camp Rock hype. MTV made this, and it's seriously a musical set in a mall. There's not much else I could say. It's just, I like it a lot better than the other two musicals I mentioned. It's a fun time, and I think I've seen this like 8 times, and that's kind of stupid, but it's a good time. And the last guilty pleasure movies I want to mention are basically every single movie that is based off a Nicholas Sparks novel, but in particular, A Walk to Remember, and The Notebook. And actually, I'm not even guilty about liking these because they are superb. Sometimes you just need a movie based off a Nicholas Sparks book because it makes you feel all the feels, you'll cry your eyes out, you'll have a warm fuzzy feeling in your heart, and it's just, they're good comfort movies, you know? Jeez. So those are my favorite guilty pleasure movies. If you like this video, please leave a like. Let me know down below what your favorite guilty pleasure movies are. Share this video if you'd like to, that'd actually be really helpful. And don't forget to subscribe because you get to see all my videos and you'll be notified of them, hopefully, unless YouTube screws up again. And if you'd like to follow me on any social media sites, they're all down in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all so much, it's crazy. Peace and kisses.